planting a little bit further out. So its working width is wider than is stated, which is why we're easily covering these rows. But if I'd been doing this by hand, yeah, I would have rows that were half the width of the cedar, and obviously a lot more work still to do. How's our grip here? We're doing okay. As I said, we've got 250 horsepower, so we've got the horses. It's a medium tractor, so there is good traction. The cedar doesn't require that much to work. Potentially, if we got the double, I might have to change the wheels on the tractor. I'm not seeing any wheel slip there. So everything is good for now. Everything is awesome. But yeah, probably not going to replace this with the double. As I said, the double has a lot of working width. 6.4. We're only running 3. No, we're running 4.5. 9. Sorry, 6.4 is tiny. 9 meters working width. That's 83,000 for working width of 9. But then this is 8 meters, not as wide, far more expensive. Will take seed and fertilizer. Needs 240 horsepower. We barely got 247, so we would need a bigger tractor with that. But it folds up, so it fits down the roads better. This definitely doesn't. But all of our fields are accessible from the farm now, so I'm not too worried about trying to get this along the road. Obviously, when it comes to sell it, yeah, that's a problem. Now, obviously, looking at this, you would transport it so that it's on a low loader, and we'd be looking from the front of a low loader to the back of the low loader, and the hitch would be folded back. But because that hitch is not detachable, it's as wide as it is long, so it's always a problem for maps like this, where the roads are very narrow. It's quite a challenge to get this thing along the roads with the traffic. But anyway, we must be fairly close to getting done now. Also wondering if our cedar is taking an inordinate amount of damage on this field, since there are rocks on this field and that increases equipment wear and tear by 10%. So at the moment, if this had been 100% cedar, which I don't think it was, with burnt up 15%, we'd probably only have burnt up 13% if there were no rocks on this field. However, I haven't tested equipment damage for contracts. On my fields, I've actually, yeah, it's easy to run tests on your fields because you can make a field with rocks, you can save the game, you can seed it, you can see how much damage the seeder takes, you can reload the game and then roll the rocks and then seed it and see how much damage the seeder takes. And I've done that in the past. VH Trucking, welcome to Saturday. I'm afraid you're going to have to go back through YouTube when I download these videos to see how badly I did reversing all the equipment we've been using today. But welcome to the stream. We are contracting a wheat planting contract for now. I figured as something to do and something that's different from what we normally do, seeding was as good a thing as any. And yeah, the next things we're going to be doing on our fields is mowing. So I think we've done more than enough of that. Although I don't think I'm going to have time to fill that in before the next episode. So Monday will probably be a baling thing. Because when we have work to do on our farm, we need to get it done. So, I think the big question for me for spring is, should I do corn or something different? I do like the rain. From this far out, this actually looks quite impressive. I said before, the mountains aren't particularly Irish style, but actually looking around here, seeing those fields in the distance does look really good. It looks really bad up close when you're on the edge of the map, but whatever. Yeah, my schedule at the moment is easy. It's Saturday mornings and holiday mornings. There might be opportunity to rearrange my time going forward. Oh, I did order some more train stuff this week. Ordered a locomotive, a sound chip programmer, and about half a dozen coal cars. I'm going to have to order the sound files when I get the chip, because the sound files are dependent on the chip's serial number. Or at least the sound files I want, which are a little bit more authentic than generic steam diesel sound files. But that should, I think I've got something arriving tomorrow, and then the rest of it's arriving on Tuesday because Labour Day, no deliveries. But at the very least, I need to get down in the basement before the snows come and cut some wood to shape and size. And then maybe during the winter I will do some gluing and screwing stuff together. I really should get this thing, this project started. It's been sitting in the basement for 2 years. I've still got 2 locomotives that don't have any control chips, so they're direct current only. Since I'm getting the the sound chip programmer, I can upgrade those to sound from the get-go. And then I'll need sound files for them. I think all three of them use the same sound file, so well, there's that. The problem at the moment is nobody has a sound chip programmer. I've been searching everywhere and it's sort of out of stock, don't know when they're going to be in stock. And I did find a train store in Cincinnati and happened across, I happened to remember what their website was called, and they happened to have one in stock, just the one, so I got their last one. But sound chips are almost non-existent in Europe, which is a problem because that's where the manufacturer is. So buying you can buy locomotives which are DC, DCC, or DCC with sound, and DCC with sound just, they're not in stock yet. So, well, that's nice. But if I got my own, I figured if I got my own programmer, I don't need to wait. But I have to source everything from the US rather than from Europe. The US still has stuff in stock, so. Am I done? Surely I'm done. I'm done, and stop calling me Shirley. Okay, let's lift that off the ground. Turn it off. Claim my prize. And we can go home. And turn off GPS. Okay, well, that's done. I'm still wondering about that. 240 horsepower for a 9, was it an 8 meter cedar? That one. 240 horsepower for an 8 meter cedar. In the past I've usually gone for this one, but it's not a direct drill, so it's not the most ideal thing, but 12 meters is awesome working with. These are direct drills, also 6 meter. That one's 6 meters, so very limited. This one is an 8 meter direct, seed only, 159, and that's 182. So the Vaderstat's an option. The Borgalt is an option. I think these aren't direct drills, but this is a really nice pack for a starter farm. Very cheap, 4 meters, 3 meters, and you can put this one on a low loader because it doesn't have a very big length. This one also not a direct drill. So we're really stuck with 8 meters. This one 3,100 litres, this one 7,200. I don't know what the split is between the seed tank and the fertilizer tank. But it would save us having to drive out into the field to fertilize it later. Anyway, that's 180. Might buy this yard as well. Another thing I will commonly do is when we get multiple yards, we store equipment where it's most needed. And sometimes I'll have my main yard will be equipment we are working with today, and my other yards become backup yards. So, for example, I store all of my harvesters off-site in a maintenance shop, but they come to the main farm when it's harvesting time. Grass cutting equipment tends to be where it needs to be, so our yard here will always have grass cutting equipment at it because our grass fields are right here. Okay, I did that wrong. But sowing equipment and others, I might move that to another yard for storage when it's not in use. Open. So I have to open the seed tank. I have to push the seed tank door open to twice. I think that's because this has an option for fertilizer and we're not using it. Okay. Here's unload. That's all gone. So I assume that's all gone in there. Okay. Somewhere around here, there it is a seed thing. With 455 litres in, I think we're going to have to move the tractor. Also, this seeder doesn't seem to play with the silo. It does for loading, for unloading, not so much. I'm guessing if we get the bog out, that will fix that particular issue. Okay, we can put this away now. We have done the seeding, we got paid, we've got 116,000 money. It's the 2nd day of September. I should probably do a quick check on the cows. Yeah, that's down to the fact that this is 4.5 metre width and actually illegal to be towing on a UK road. It's probably illegal to be towing on most roads, but it's a US seeder, so that's kind of to be expected. Okay, no till drill is done with. Here, we'll put the arms back on this. We're not using them that much, but we're done with the spraying for at least 6 months. So there we go. Turn the engine off. So I think again, we're beginning of the month, there's nothing to do. That's 30% done. There are 2 crates of tomatoes. Well, progress time to October, I think. As I said, we don't have anything to do on our farm till October. One of our grass fields will be ready to mow or harvest, as the game says. The third one, or the second one, will be available in November. So that's our prime thing for now. And I think so long as we make enough money to cover our daily costs, I'm kind of happy with where we're going. Something went tweet. Oh, yeah, we're costing 400, 400, 550. And we have a poop wagon. 350 horsepower. Yeah, that's not going to work for us. One of those, which is a forage header. Again, not something I need. And the small... See, this is the sort of time I'd look at that and say, potentially we could buy that. We don't own a harvester. I don't need one till June next year. And this has a frightfully small tank. So it's not like I can make this any bigger. Now, if this was, say, something more in the lines of one of these, I mean, these are horribly expensive. We're not going to afford one of these until year 3 or year 4. But if it came up on sale, oh, heck yes. I mean, this has a tank up to 12,000. This has 12,500. This one's 10,570. That's probably in the same range. It's a little bit smaller. That has a good sized tank, but again, its working width is limited. But we start getting up here, 25-foot width headers. 35 foot for some of these, and if one came up in a sale, we're buying it. Probably. But it has to be right for us. So long term, the Rostel Mash Nova is kind of limited in what it does. Okay, let us STC 240. What on earth is one of those? It's not worth anything. STC 240. I have no idea what that is. You know, actually, I don't think I'm going to go anywhere today. Lizard STC 240. There we go. We can actually look here. That's 1%. I'm honestly not sure. I don't know. Something we own is not worth anything. Ah, that thing there, stone shovel. So, okay, that's fine. I bought the stone shovel because while it doesn't have the capacity of a stone picker, you can use it a lot quicker with a front loader, and you can just dump your stones into your cart. So that's a thing. Okay, this is the 3rd day of September. Oh, actually, this is the 3rd day of September. Following the rules of the game, we need to get to the yard. So I have a quick job for the Massey Ferguson. For those of you who didn't realise, the problem with that low loader is it doesn't attach to the Land Rover. We are going to be using the Massey Ferguson for this. But yes, rules of the game. You have to sell everything every month. I'm going to make the claim that milk is in a fridge, so while it's a perishable product, it's not entirely perishable if you keep it refrigerated, so that's fine. Tomatoes are left out in the open, so we do need to sell these monthly, and we will do. Okay. I did notice that we did get one pallet spawn just as we got here. Did I look at the store today? I can't remember. Yes. So, the reason I'm doing tomatoes here, I could do lettuce, but tomatoes don't overproduce. I'm still only getting a cart worth every month.